YouTube, what's going on? I'm back. Sorry it took a while for me to post, man. I got a lot of stuff going on, but this section actually going to be a different one, man. This is going to be the last session I post for a while. I got to take a break from poker. I got a lot of stuff going on, a lot of stuff that I'm dealing with. I also been on a bad downswing, and then it gets to the point when you're playing like that, you start playing a lot of hands that you shouldn't play, and you lose a lot of money, which I have lost a lot of money within the time and everything. I also gained a lot of money as well. But I got a lot of stuff going on in life, so I got to balance with that as well. But I will be back, I promise. But let's tune into this section. So going into this first hand, I get dealt ace-jack offsuit. I like these type of hands. I am in the big blind position and everything. So while the dealer go ahead and gets everything together, the dealer turns over 4 ace-jack. I flop 2 pair with a flush draw that's coming on the board. I'm not really concerned about anybody having a flush and everything, but right now with me having the top 2 pair, I'm feeling pretty good about it. So I went ahead, I waited to see what my opponent does. My opponent leads out with a bet of $25. I went ahead and I flat call. I thought about raising, but then I thought about it like, you know what? I'm going to just try to slow play it just to see, depending on what the turn comes. If it comes a club, I'll slow it down. If it doesn't come a club, then cool. I'm going to wait and see what my opponent does, and hopefully he can just keep playing into my hand and keep making these crazy bets, and I just go ahead and I flat call him down because obviously I'm trying to get the money. I don't want to scare him off either, but I also thought about making a pretty big bet and pushing it. But the other player, he folds. The other player to my left, he goes all in, has a total of about $45 left. So I'm figuring like he must be on a flush draw, which he actually was. Dealer turns over king, then it turns over a queen. I wait for my opponent to show. He says he missed. He turns over 7, 3 suited of clubs. I turn over ace-jack, and it's good to go. We're going to go ahead and go off into this next session. Hopefully, it'll stay like that, but unfortunately, it doesn't stay like that for the rest of this session. But let's go ahead and tune in and watch out for the next ones. Next hand, I get dealt king, queen suited. Another position where I'm in the big blind. I went ahead and I just raised it up to about $7. I'm playing 1-2. I was waiting for them to call me for the 2-3, but it wasn't anything going on right now. The tables was full, so I just waited. I should have just waited anyway and just waited till they call my name on 2-3, because playing 1-2 sometimes is like playing limit. I literally can't stand it. But the dealer turns over 9 ace king, a rainbow flop. I have top pair with a good kicker. I am definitely losing to a pair of aces and everything, so that's one thing I didn't want to see hit the board. So when I checked, my opponent to my left, he went ahead and he made a bet. So I went ahead and I just flat called it. I thought about raising, but I said, I'm not going to do that. Let's just go ahead and get a feel of this table. It is 1-2, so I know nobody ever really believes you when you actually betting and everything or whatnot. So I make the flat call. Then the dealer go ahead and turns over a 3 of club. So I definitely can't get a flush draw. I still have top pair, well, not top pair, second top pair. And then the dealer turns over a 4 heart. So now I'm feeling like, you know what, maybe he doesn't have nothing. So I went ahead and I let out. I tried to see if I can go ahead and take the pot and get a little extra value on it. I went ahead and I bet it out with a total of $75. And my opponent did what I didn't want him to do. I told him I missed, which I felt was good, but at the same time, maybe it wasn't. He told me he has ace-9. When he told me he had ace-9, I just went ahead and I laid it down. Mucked my cards, didn't want to hear that. And he showed it, and I'm like, well, on to the next. Can't do anything about it. That's what I get for trying to steal. Well, I guess can't really even say I try to steal. I just felt that I was in a better position and everything, but it is what it is. Can't do too much about that. This is how poker goes, man. It sucks. But on to the next hand. Let me know what you guys think. With this next hand, I get dealt queen 7 suited while in the small blind position. I've been going card dead for a while. Like literally, I was sitting in this casino for about a good 3 hours, just straight card dead. Almost ready to say fuck it and just leave. The dealer turns over ace, 7, jack. It's a decent board, nothing too major. It is a rainbow flop right now. So I'm hoping I can go ahead and hit on this board. Then the dealer turns over a 4 of diamonds. So now I have a backdoor flush draw with a pair. It's not really the best board, but right now I feel like I can possibly catch up. So I went ahead and I flat called. I didn't raise. I thought about it, but it is what it is. I left it alone. Then the dealer turns over a queen of club. So a flush did get there. I don't have a flush, but I do have 2 pairs. So I made a small bet just to see if I can go for value. I didn't know if my 2 pair was good, but it ended up checking out to be good. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to scoop this pot. And we're going to go ahead and go off into this next hand. I literally just began getting a whole lot of crazy cards, like nothing too good at all. Like I'm getting king eights. I've been getting 10 twos, 10 threes for like the past 30, 40 minutes. Like it's just been real frustrating to the point I'm like, man, you know what? I'm about to end up switching tables or something because this is getting out of hand. Like it's just straight card dead for me and it sucks. You know, and then this hand right here, I get dealt queen jack in a small blind position. This is never a good position to have this type of hand, especially when you got to be the first to act. But I've been so card dead and folding so many cards, I feel like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and just bet and lead out because I'm kind of like in a position like where I feel desperate. And anybody that's watching this video, please, and I repeat, please, do not ever play poker to where you feel like you're desperate. It does not go good for you. It will cost you a lot in the long run. And this session right here literally showed me that, you know, so I'm being straight honest as I'm going through this vlog and telling you guys about this. The dealer turns over 2-8-4. I went ahead and I laid out. Obviously, I know I should not be in this pot at all. I know it's not good. The dealer turns over a 7 of diamond. I know I am nowhere near on this board. I went ahead and I checked. Then the dealer went ahead and turns over a 2 of club. Again, I'm in this pot for no reason at all. I know I'm not supposed to be in here at all. But look what I do. I went ahead, I tried to steal because I'm so thirsty for a pot. The guy did something I did not want him to do. Snap caught me. I told him he's good. I couldn't catch it. And now here it goes. I lose a big pot. Exactly why poker can be frustrating at times. When you know you're down or on tilt, just leave. I got to practice that. Off to the next hand. Which, again, a lot of bull. Nothing good. I haven't been getting any good hands at all. Literally, I'm getting everything off suit. I'm getting hands that don't connect to a straight, you know. And honestly, you know, I'm sorry, like if I feel like I'm venting to you guys on this session right here, but gotta be realistic, man, because I know I'm not the only one that actually go through this type of stuff at poker. And at the same time, I know it is poker, you know, so you gotta take what comes with it. You know, you'll have the times where you just on fire, like you can't lose, and then you end up having a moment where you just getting shredded, torn to pieces, you know, bad beats, or like where you just know you got the right hand and you just can't get ahead or you just can't win, you know, or you might have a time like where you might go in and get a good session and then next thing you know, you go back confidence high, you positive about it and everything, you know, and you go back to the next day, go there and end up getting demolished, you know. And that happened to me more than a few times, literally. And it's not the best feeling, y'all. You know, and I wanted this vlog right here to be, you know, a lesson learned, you know, for anybody that's playing poker or anybody that's looking into get into poker or like poker vlogging and everything or whatnot. You know, being on tilt will cost you a lot of money. You know, poker requires a lot of patience. If you don't have patience, this is not, and I repeat, this is not the game for you at all. If you don't have money to play multiple blinds, this is not the game for you. You better off playing limit. No limit is definitely not the type of game to go in and jump in and just feel like you're going to just turn it up. I mean, you can definitely get lucky, but trust and believe that luck can definitely run out after a while. So while in this hand, I get dealt ace, jack, suited this time. So this is literally like a type of hand like where it's almost like you feel like it's hit or miss. You know, I don't know why. Like it seems like ace jacks is like a hand like where you end up running into a lot of brick walls playing with this type of hand. Like, I feel like it never turns out good. Like, maybe on a button, but like when you out of position, ace jack is just terrible at times, man. The dealer turns over 2-7-2. I am nowhere near on this board. A backdoor flush draw, possibly. So I do like the fact that the king came. So I went ahead and I waited just to see what's going on. I wanted to get a read on my opponent to see what they would do. So I went ahead and I laid out and put a bet out there just to see if I end up getting the call. I end up getting that call. I'm hoping I can catch up on that river. And the dealer turns over a 5 of heart. I went ahead. I made a check. My opponent ended up checking back and turns over a pair. Terrible. Like I said, sometimes you just can't win them. It is what it is. Poker can be like that sometimes. So I told him he good. I just got to sit back and not wait and be patient as usual, hoping I can get my hand. Poker has been fun with me, like to me over the years. You know, I learned in 2018 how to play. I came from playing blackjack, counting cards and that, and playing craps. But I learned how to play poker in 2018, and I just fell in love with it, man. With this hand again, I'm dealt a7 offsuit. Like I said, I'm playing hands that I should not be playing, all because I've been going card dead for a long time, to the point where I feel like, all right, I got to play these hands just because I'm not playing. I'm playing the big blinds and I'm losing money. And like now I kind of feel like I'm playing desperate. And this is when you should not be playing. When it get like that, I advise you to get up and walk away. And that's my downfall. I don't walk away when I'm supposed to. This hand right here, I get dealt king 5 suited. I'm not supposed to be in this hand at all. The dealer turns over jack 8-7. I have a backdoor flush draw. I know I'm not supposed to be in this hand. I checked. My opponent ended up betting out $5. I went ahead and I flat called just because I'm in a position like where I feel like, all right, I'm on tilt. Dealer turns over king of diamond. Everybody checks. Then the dealer turns over an 8 of club. I didn't get a flush draw at all, but I do have 2 pair. Opponent turns over his hand, and I show him king 5. And my king 5 is good. Terrible hand. I won, but I am not up. I am definitely still down. Literally. It got to the point like where I end up getting up and going to the desk and asked to do a table change. I even went and played limits, and that's terrible. I played limit for a while just because I was going so card dead. Because I was like literally frustrated with how this session was going. I ended up playing 4-8 limit. I want to say I probably won like at least like one hand out of like 5 hands. Like I was literally just getting punished Like, if you was literally watching this session, man, I was like literally playing hopscotch around the whole damn casino, just going to different tables. I even went out and played blackjack for a little bit, and it's been a while since I played blackjack. I was a big fan of blackjack, but I also got tired of counting cards and then playing at tables with bad people that don't know how to play. Trying to coach them at the same time, me trying to keep count. And it can get a little frustrating at time with blackjack. I love blackjack as well, but I love poker, man. Poker is my thing. I can easily get back on blackjack and do what I used to do all the time. But one thing for sure, you'll win some money with blackjack, but you will never be able to bring down the house, because the house always going to get paid. With poker, you're not playing against the house. You're playing against other opponents. So that's one game where the house cannot touch that money. So you can have you a nice little run at blackjack. Going against the house and everything or whatnot. And you have a session where you end up getting lucky. Where you end up beating them. But you'll also have a time like where you sit down at that table, and they make an example out you. And you end up spending your whole rent money and your mortgage and everything or whatnot. Life right now. I get dealt King 10 while on the button. The dealer turns over 6-4 queen. Rainbow flop. I check my opponent, chase back, and turns over a 7 of diamond. And me, being in position like I am, because I ended up switching tables finally, I went ahead and I let out with a bet. Dealer turns over king of heart. I did hit a pair on board, which I don't know why. I was literally betting like I had something the whole time, which I never did at all. So I went ahead and I tried to size up the pot, and I tried to make it a big bet, to get my opponent off the hand. He ended up folding, which makes me happy. But at the same time, I am still down. I am nowhere near close to what I was in for. Bought in for $500 and literally already lost about, I want to say 300 something of that. So I am very, very much on tilt right now. Literally. And it's not even funny. But like I said, it's poker. It happens. It is what it is. You can go off into this last hand. Off into this last hand, I get dealt ace jack offsuit. I done had this hand a few times. I went ahead and I raised it up to $12. My opponent that's in was the last opponent that was just in the last hand with me. And his hand is crazy, because what he has and what I lose to is wild, considering the fact that he's the cutoff position. Dealer turns over 8-3 jack. I let out with the bet. My opponent re-raised me. I was going to re-raise, but I'm like, all right, let me just take my time and let me just see the board. I'm like, because I have top pair with top kicker. I'm like, do you have two pair possibly? Or do you have a jack? Might have jack king or queen jack, never know. So when the dealer went ahead and made the next turn of a 7, I checked instantly. My opponent instantly shoves all in. I'm thinking about it for a long while. I'm like, what is it that he have? And then I'm kind of positioned like, man, he may be chasing a flush now, or he may have ace king or ace queen. And I'm like, I just can't. I can't really get off this hand, but I can. But the feeling that I'm feeling right now, like I said, I've been down. I'm on a downswing. I'm on tilt. And I just kind of feel like I'm in a position like where I don't believe a person has me beat. Well, at least not in this position. But unfortunately, I think about it for a while. I was contemplating if I wanted to fold. And I'm just looking at my hand, and I'm just kind of positioned like, man, I just can't, because I got top pair. But I'm something behind me is like, something is literally in my mind telling me to just go ahead and fold. But I'm stubborn. I don't believe in folding at times. But it is what it is. I went ahead. I made the call only because I feel like he may be chasing. I feel like I am ahead. And if I am ahead, great. If I'm not ahead, then it definitely sucks. But I did end up making the call, and my opponent, oh my goodness, he gave me the bear of bad news. My opponent ends up turning over pocket jacks and flops a set, and the river comes, and I end up getting two pair. It sucks, man. But this is poker, like I said. It happens. I walk out this session, man. I kept my head up high, but I let it be known that I am taking a break. I'm done for a while. It's too much. I got a lot of stuff going on that I need to balance out and everything, and I'd rather walk away, with a nice amount, that I still have than walk away with nothing before I end up letting myself get away and get carried away like that. So, like I said, I appreciate everybody that's been subscribing and, watching and everything. Please subscribe if you still is watching this video, if you made it to the end. I'm going to definitely keep posting. Like I said, just stay tuned. Just give me some time. I have to get myself together. And I promise I'm going to keep it coming. Peace out, y'all.